It's great to be here, especially myself growing up. There wasn't much Muslim arts and culture to be inspired by, so it's amazing that now in 2020 we can see so many exhibitions, and it's fantastic that we've been able to put this together. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here first of all, ladies and gentlemen. No, growing up, I didn't have many Muslim people to inspire me to get into entertainment. Especially in entertainment. I mean, there's no comedians really, no actors in the UK that I could look up to. The only entertainment for us Muslims at that time was like, in school, watching your white friends and teachers try and pronounce your name. That was kind of the only entertainment we had. Abdullah, can I just call you Dave? Yeah, you can call me Dave, that's fine. That's fine. Call me Dave. Now listen, first of all, I'd like to thank all the sponsors, all the media partners, and of course the speakers and guests here for being here today, because without you guys, of course, this wouldn't be possible. So give yourselves a round of applause. And of course, this is the open ceremony, so if you could please tweet, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is that you young people like to do nowadays, and Mr. Afzal Khan, if you can put it on teletext, that would be that would be great as well. Please use the hashtag, which I believe will be on the screen in a second, which is of course Macfest UK 2020, and spread honey, not hate. Because the whole point of the Macfest, of course, is to spread sweetness. So without further ado, let's get on with the evening. The first person I would like to invite onto stage is a part of the arts and culture, I think, because what we're going to ask him to do is an art in itself. So I'd like to welcome onto the stage to do some tilawat from Iraq, Zain Ahmed. Zain Ahmed. Give him a round of applause.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأل من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Zain. Now, one of the great things about being Muslim and one of the great things about Islam is the diversity. There's not one country that comes to mind when you think of Islam, but it's a whole host of countries that comes to mind. We really are a diverse bunch, as you can see in this room today. And to celebrate that diversity, I'd like to welcome onto stage Maryam. If you could please come onto stage. Thank you very much. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everyone. I am Maryam Alavi. I am from Nigeria and a student at the University of Manchester. I am delighted to introduce 13 Muslim women from Manchester to say welcome in their languages. So beginning on my right, I have Yasmin from Algeria.
مرحبا بكم.
Thank you. Next is Alima from Bosnia.
Dobrodošli.
Next is Saki from Bengali.
Shagotom.
And then Ala from Egypt.
أهلا وسهلا.
Then Uriyat from Uzbekistan.
Karşıladınız.
Then Safia from France.
Bienvenue à tous.
Efta from Indonesia.
Selamat datang.
Atusa from Iraq.
خوش آمدین.
Luhaib from Iran.
مرحبا شلونكم؟
Hanan from Morocco.
مرحبا بكم جميعا وشكرا.
And Amna from Palestine.
مرحبا أهلا وسهلا فيكم.
Tamina from Pakistan.
خوش آمدید.
And Khadija from Somalia.
سودوادا.
And finally Selma from Turkey.
Hoş geldiniz.
Now we say welcome to you in English. Welcome to Macfest 2020. Thank you very much.
Let's give another round of applause. Okay, let's get into the speeches. I can see many of you ready, revising to do your speeches. I hope your mic doesn't go off halfway through like it did for me. Right, let's invite the first person onto the stage. Now, this first person that I want to invite onto stage is truly an honor for me to invite them onto stage. They have most recently been knighted, which is incredible, and it's a real honor now for me to invite them onto stage. So please welcome onto the stage. And now, Sir Warren J. Smith.
Salam alaikum. Good morning, everyone. Lord Mayor, your worships, distinguished guests, welcome this morning to the British Muslim Heritage Centre as we celebrate Macfest 2020. Before I go any further, there is one person I would like to highlight today, and that's Qaisra Shahraz Will you please stand up? This lady deserves a very warm round of applause. She is the founder and the director of this remarkable festival. She is the instigator behind it, and you can see by the numbers here today, it is already now an established part of life here in Manchester. The importance of the festival in this particularly challenging time in the Middle East cannot be exaggerated, but it demonstrates here in Manchester the wealth and prosperity that's been created by the various different communities that have come to Manchester. I'm an 8th generation Mancunian. When my family came to Manchester in 1772, there were less than 35,000 people living in Manchester. Today, it's over 500,000. And the remarkable thing is the diversity within that community that's been reflected in our first demonstration this morning. To a lot of people, when anyone says Islam, they think of one group. You were able to demonstrate just in 2 minutes just how many differing and valued groups there are within the Muslim community. But each faith group within Manchester and Greater Manchester can demonstrate that diversity. And the wealth and prosperity that we enjoy here in Manchester is as a result of that diversity. I often think back when the Huguenots were kicked out of France in the 16th century. If they hadn't come to Manchester, would the textile industry start? Would we have had the Industrial Revolution? Every generation has brought new cultures to Manchester. Each of those cultures has, I hope, been made welcome, but without doubt, each one of those cultures has added to the wealth and prosperity of this city. So I won't say much more, but just to welcome you all, how pleased I am to see you here. I hope you enjoy the whole of the festival, not just today here. Look at your programmes, look what's arranged throughout the city, and be a part of it. Demonstrate that Manchester really is a city that is multicultural, multi-faith, and is a truly cosmopolitan international city. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Warren. Next up, I'd like to invite onto stage. He's our Lord Mayor of Manchester. So please give a nice round of applause for Councillor Abid Johan.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here for the official opening of Macfest, which is celebrating the arts and culture of Muslim diaspora. I'm very proud to live in such a diverse and multicultural city as Manchester, where we are committed to the promotion of community cohesion. And events such as Macfest are the perfect opportunity to bring everyone together to learn about and celebrate the experience and culture of others. There is a huge variety of events taking place throughout the festival, and I hope that you all get the opportunity to experience some of these. I would like to thank the organizers for all their hard work putting the program together for what, and I'm sure is going to be very successful festival. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Next up is someone who was the local celebrity where I was growing up in Cheetham Hill. Somehow he's gotten younger with age. Got a feeling hair dye's got something to do with it. I'd like to invite onto stage a good friend of mine, Afzal Khan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste, Sasrakar, Shalom. And I can't match the 20 people who were here giving you different greetings. So that's my limit, 5. We both also share the name Afzal. And of course, we go back many, many years. And he's always cheeky. can I say welcome to British Muslim Heritage Centre, to my constituency, and more importantly to this exhibition, this amazing event for 2 weeks, 50 plus different activities that you're going to enjoy. And I want to genuinely from my heart thank Qaisra Shahraz. I've known her for many, many years. Amazing work that she's been doing throughout these years, and particularly this work, I think. And I'm saying this work because I think this work is needed. In 2005, I was the Lord Mayor of Manchester. And at that time, we have a gentleman here, Professor Salim al-Husni, who initiated 1001 Inventions of Muslims. And that project started here in Manchester, and it became global. And it's gone around almost all the world. Billions of people have seen that and benefited from that. Here we are, second year, with Macfest being launched here in Manchester. I wish you the same. I want to see in 10 years' time this idea growing, becoming national and international. Because you know, in Manchester, we have a simple saying that what we do here today, the rest of the world does tomorrow. So I hope, Qaisra and your team, the work you have started actually does grow, because the world needs it. We have a global village. We are so much connected with one another. And Muslims are 1.8 billion. They are at almost every corner of the world. You've seen the small section today of 20 different languages. And of course, in Manchester, we have over 200 languages spoken. And in this world, we have to take steps towards one another. And there's no other way of learning than having events like this. We have so much stock in Manchester, in our museums, which connects the world. And I hope this carries on. So thank you again. I'm delighted. I feel proud that this is being launched here in my constituency and in Manchester. All the best, and enjoy the event for the 50th. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Afzal Khan. He was actually very integral to a lot of us from the Cheetham Hill community, and actually going out and achieving something. Because at that time we were always told that, you know, there was only certain jobs we could do as Muslim Pakistanis. And then he went out there, and he was, you know, he was a councillor, he was a Lord Mayor. It was a big deal for us guys growing up. So thank you again, Afzal Khan. Let's hear it again for Afzal Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, I'd like to invite on stage someone who's been a long supporter of the Macfest Festival. It's very important to us here, and thanks again for your support. I'd like to invite onto the stage Councillor Lutfur Rahman. Give him a round of applause. He's not here. Okay, thank you. He's a very big supporter of Macfest. He didn't turn up. Let me invite to say, let's just give her the same intro. He's been a long time supporter of Macfest. Let's invite him to stage. Rabbanwaz Akbar. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah. Before I start, I just want to say, you know, when Abdullah was mentioning about how difficult it was for teachers to pronounce Asian and Muslim names, when I went to school in the 60s, primary school, yes, I know I don't look that old, my name is obviously Rabnawaz. It's not the easiest to pronounce, and the teachers said, well, can we call you Rab? And when you're about 5, you say, well, fine, that sounds okay to me. But until the end of the year, when my parents went to a parents' evening, and all the teachers were calling me Rab, and my dad said, well, you know, Rab in Urdu and Punjabi means God. So I think you should stop calling him that, because later in life, this could cause real issues for him. So, right, Lord Mayor, Sir Warren Smith, and I'm absolutely delighted I can say Sir Warren Smith, for 2 reasons. One, personally, but secondly, I can now say that I've got a Sir living in my ward of Rusham. So, Sir Warren Smith, mayors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, children, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I had absolutely no hesitation in joining Macfest when my sister Qaisra asked me to join this venture about three and a half years ago. In my role as an executive member for the council, the areas of equalities and community cohesion fall in my brief. And this festival, Macfest, is immeasurably helpful in that community cohesion agenda. It recognizes the diversity, the difference, and the dynamics of the Muslim culture and lives, as we have already seen. It challenges a fundamental feature of Islamophobia, which portrays Islams and Muslims as a monolithic, static block. Yes, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is important, but we do enjoy fun things as well, you know. And Macfest is about the fun things in life, the activities which take your mind off the stresses of our fast-paced lives. So please, not only yourselves, but ask your family, your friends, your neighbors, and colleagues to attend at least one of the 50 or so events that are going to be taking place over the next 16 days or so. The largely free program features literature, art, music, food. Can't have a Muslim festival without food, can we? History, comedy, film, performance, and culture, celebrating the diversity and richness of Muslim heritage in the UK. So there is something for everybody and all ages. And more importantly, central to these events is the role of women, as we've already seen. And obviously we do know that the role of women in Islam continues to be an ongoing topic of debate here in the West. But the festival is not just for Muslims. Macfest wants to bring Muslims and non-Muslim communities together, continue to bring down them barriers, and more importantly, to start those conversations. As has already been said, we live in challenging times, nationally and globally. But here in Manchester, we are proud of our rich diversity. Indeed, our genuine belief is that it is this diversity that is our strength and makes this city one of the greatest to live in, to work in, to study in, and to visit. Macfest is now in its second year. And this was an idea born, a seed in the minds of Qaisra following the aftermath of the Manchester Arena tragedy, and especially the anti-Islamic discourse that took place in the aftermath of that. But now, as Sir Warren has said, this is an annual event, a source of pride for Mancunians, that once again this city is leading against prejudice by spreading honey, not hate. Now, Qaisra will do the thanks for the many people and the organizations that have made this possible, because clearly this has taken a lot of time and a lot of effort by a lot of individuals. But I want to thank her on behalf of the City of Manchester for the energy, the enthusiasm, the commitment, the dedication, and the sheer drive to bring us all together in this city. Thank you, congratulations, well done, and I'm absolutely confident this festival will go from strength to strength in the years to come. Thank you very much.
The director of Macfest there, Rab Nawaz Akbar. Thank you very much. Next up, I'm going to leave the mic in the safe and capable hands of the founder, curator, and executive director of Macfest. Please put your hands together for, of course, Qaisra Shahraz.
Good morning, everyone, and assalamu alaikum. First of all, the Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, Sir Warren Smith, as other people have said, many, many congratulations. And you know what? I share the same road as him, so I'm really proud. We've got a Sir on my road as well. So I also want to welcome our mayors of Greater Manchester, including our own Manchester Mayor, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, partners, sponsors, speakers, artists, moderators, media representatives, councillors, school pupils who have joined us, students, members of the different Muslim communities, as you can see around you, and our Macfest volunteers, without whom this wouldn't be running. And of course, my family, my friend, my husband, and of course, the members of the public who have kindly joined us this morning. So everyone, welcome to Macfest from me. So I want to thank, in particular, this lovely young man here. When I met him, I thought, wow, he's nice with it, good looking with it, and really wonderful comedian and artist. Our host for this morning, Abdullah Afzal. He's an amazing actor. If you don't know him, remember the sitcom, Citizen Khan? Well, that's the guy you see in there. So we are glad that he joined us here. It also gives me, our board of directors, and you've already heard one of them, Councillor Abnawaz, who I value dearly. He was the first person I wanted to join Macfest because I hugely respect him for many different things. I've also got advisors, and I've got where is my advisor, special advisor, Jonathan? Where are you, Jonathan? There he is. Please stand up for 1 minute, if you don't mind. I asked him to do a speech, but he said, Jonathan Davidson, all the way from Birmingham, and he's the director of Birmingham Literature Festival. He's there for me at the end of the phone whenever I need him, including this morning. So thank you so much for that. Okay, let me introduce to you now the bit about the Macfest. As already been mentioned, we have 60 events across Greater Manchester to be hosted for 16 days. And also, I'm so proud to say, in Stockport this year, Oldham, Rochdale, Huddersfield, and Trafford. And just this week, I was talking to Bolton Museum for a Bolton Macfest. As our Macfest strapline points out, as my other fellow colleagues and dear friends mentioned, the aim of Macfest is to celebrate arts, diversity, and connect communities. Our aim for this festival, ladies and gentlemen, as has been pointed out already, is to simply spread sweetness. As our slogan says, spread honey, not hate. I hope all of you will go back everywhere, spreading that word and hashtagging it. So our passionate commitment, as everyone has already mentioned, is to break barriers, unite communities. It's about uniting people. Last year, we showcased 10 communities. This year, just to give you an example, we are showcasing the heritage of Egypt, Morocco, East Turkestan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Indonesia, Iraq, Palestine, and many others. Our aim, as I said already, is to bring not just all the communities together, but also Muslim community together. Very rarely do they come under one roof, and they do it through this festival, as you can see for yourself in this marquee. The festival has got bigger. We hugely value and welcome our partnerships from other towns. We have won 2 awards for Macfest since last year. We welcome our new and wonderful partners. Let me mention them because I'm really proud of them. The Lowry, Royal Exchange Theatre, Portico and John Rylands Library, Manchester Art Gallery, Stockport War Memorial Art Gallery, who are showcasing Stockport Macfest, Touchstone Museum in Rochdale, Gallery Oldham and Oldham Library, who are hosting Oldham Macfest. We have also, I'm proud to say, partnered with other festivals, Rochdale and Huddersfield Literature Festival, Manchester Moving Festival, Rosendale Art Trail Festival, and Stretford Festival. We have partnered with 3 colleges, Oldham College, Manchester College, and Rochdale Hopwood Holt College, who is hosting Rochdale Festival. We have 9 schools taking part, and some of those schools are here, I'm delighted to say, to take part. 5 are hosting Macfest events in their schools. Our team is diverse as ever, Muslim and non-Muslim, and again, I'm very proud of that. And so many different nationalities are represented in Macfest, as you saw for yourself with all those lovely ladies. Our program, as has been mentioned already, presents a true feast of arts, culture, literature, exhibitions, films, music, comedy, and cultural hubs. The festival is divided into 2 parts. This is the first part over this weekend for 2 days. We have over 25 events here today and tomorrow, and this is the start of this morning. Then we have 2 weeks across Greater Manchester in many iconic locations, some of which I've already mentioned. Please do join us for some of those, including our very popular musical bonanza at the Lowry with a group coming from Spain, and a musical finale at the Whitford Gallery with performances from 6 countries, including Indonesian dance and singers from Central Asia coming to join us. I want to thank Macfest Board of Directors, advisors for their support, and my family, and our wonderful partners who are hosting Macfest across the city, and of course the British Muslim Heritage Centre and the Marquee who are hosting us this full weekend. I want to thank our funders and sponsors for their support, and finally our amazing Macfest team who have helped me over the last few months to plan this festival and help to deliver this weekend festival. Please, everyone, a round of applause for our fab team. I'd like to now call Patsy Kane, OBE, a dear friend of mine and who's been a strong supporter of Macfest from the beginning, to introduce some of the schools taking part in Macfest. I don't know if you know me, but I'm an educationist. I've been an Ofsted inspector for 19 years. I worked in schools, colleges, universities. So of course, education had to be part of Macfest. So we have a strong relationship with schools and colleges, and Patsy is my dear friend who knows all about it. Okay, Patsy, come and join me.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to everybody, and what a pleasure and an honour it is to be here today. So many wonderful things have been said, so many important things have been said already. So I think my role is just to endorse the message of education, really. It's not been an easy year for our country, so we need events like this even more that spread the love, spread the honey. I still remember the conversations from last year's festival and friendly faces that I've seen again here today. I've got my Macfest mug from last year, and every time I drink from that mug, I remember with warm feelings the wonderful music, the wonderful food, the wonderful art, and just the sense of something bigger and embracing and welcoming. And I'm sure that's what this festival is going to be about. And I'm really delighted that it's grown, that it's involving even more schools, it's involving even more local authorities. So the message is constant and it's growing, and we need every positive message we can. I'm in total awe of the work that you have done. And I think, again, the power of strong people with really fantastic visions, but the will and determination to make things happen. You have done the most amazing job in creating this festival for Manchester and then taking it beyond. So thank you. And I know the young people in the room will be better for having taken part, and they'll become ambassadors for all the values that we want to share with everybody in the room. So thank you for what you've done for education in Manchester, and long may your influence continue. Thank you. Yes. Yes. So, again, we've got schools first. So the colleges, the schools that have been mentioned have grown since last year, and I know Qaisra's welcomed the enthusiasm that those schools have shown. So Manchester Grammar School, the East Manchester Academy, Lark Hill Primary School in Stockport, Levenshulme High School for girls, Whalley Range 11 to 18 High School, Lady Barn Primary School, Manchester Health Academy, Bosnian School in Society of Manchester, Manchester Arabic School in Chorlton. And every one of those children who's taken part will be talking with family and with friends, taking the message beyond. And then so fantastic to have these huge colleges really committing and putting energy into taking part. The Manchester College, the Oldham College, and Hotwood Hall College in Rochdale. So thanks to the staff and students in all those schools who've put time and energy into making things happen. Yes.
You stay with me. I also want to add our list of universities as well. I'm delighted to say we have partnership with all 3 universities, University of Salford, University of Manchester, and then Metropolitan University. Jess, if you don't mind standing up for 1 minute. Jess represents University of Metropolitan. So they're all going to be involved with us doing different things. So I've still got Patsy here because we've now got something to actually announce, which I'm really proud of, which is a new initiative which we started with schools to engage pupils and students in a Macfest art project. The idea actually came from Wally Range. Tom Corney, one of the teachers, he said, Qaisra, we'd love to have our student do some work for you, like designing something, publicity. And you know what? I took the initiative. I said, right, great, you can design a flyer for us. And you know what? We got a fabulous flyer from Wally Range School. So absolutely, it's been an amazing experience. I've been overwhelmed by the staff's enthusiasm, their hard work, their creativity, and it's been an absolute fab opportunity for them to showcase their students' talents. Those flyers and posters have gone everywhere around Greater Manchester. So first, we are going to introduce the Wally Range High School. One of their pupils designed this amazing flyer. Please, can I have that up there? And all the party from Wally Range, please come and join us on the stage. Please, because we're going to award you a shield. Lord Lieutenant, if you'd like to join us. Abdullah, if you want to join us as well. Everybody quickly from Wally Range, come and join us. Wally Range, open it here.
It's with great pleasure that we accept this trophy. I'm afraid the student who produced the poster couldn't be here today, but it's great to have teachers and students from Wally Range High School here with me on stage to receive it. We're very, very proud of being involved in the Macfest Festival and receiving this trophy. I'm very proud of the students' achievement. We were involved in the festival last year. Staff here took a great part in that, and we're very pleased that we're involved in it this year. It's an absolutely wonderful event, so many different things in the programme there, and we wish the organisers every success. So thank you very much.
Can we have the next poster up, please? I'm delighted to say also Hopwood Hall took part in designing a poster. They're one of our hosts. They're hosting our Macfest in Oldham, in Rochdale, sorry. Unfortunately, they're not able to join us this morning, so we will present the trophy to them in their college. Next, I'm coming to my third school, and you know what? What an amazing experience it has been. I would love to call Kevin Green and his team. Why do I use the word love? Because you know what? It was the most amazing experience working with the school. The whole school got involved. Every single teacher had to do something. Every single head had to do something. And then they had groups of children who actually did not just one poster, many posters. And then what? Banner there is also part of their display. So please, Kevin, come and join us with your students and your staff for your trophy as well.
Thank you very much, Qaisra. Thank you for your enthusiasm. I held you in such high esteem until you told me you were an Ofsted inspector. So, never mind. And thank you as well to Patsy Kane, because Patsy spoke to me last summer and said there's a great opportunity to get your students involved in this festival, and we've been delighted to do so. So Patsy, thank you again, and I hope you're enjoying your retirement, your well-earned retirement. We are a school of 1,000 children. We are about 4 miles from this site in an area called Wythenshawe. The Manchester Health Academy is extremely proud to be part of the festival, because actually the majority of my students and the catchments are non-Muslim, so it's hugely important that we embrace this opportunity. If you come to our school, and you're most welcome to do so, the centre of the school literally is a huge display board celebrating diversity and differences within communities. And it's not only geographically at the centre of the school, it's at the centre of our philosophy as well. So we run our own Macfest next Friday, 3 till 4, and you are more than welcome to join us to celebrate the work of students. So I will leave it at that, apart from to say that there's no better time to have a festival such as this, given the current world situation as this. So we're delighted to be part of it. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming on the stage, receiving your awards. Well done, everyone. So we're now looking for a shield for that adorable young boy who started our festival off, Zain Ahmed. Please come and join us. Auntie Barbara's looking for your shield. Okay. I'm handing you over to Abdullah. I think so. It's entertaining. It's Barbara later, isn't she? Yeah.
Okie dokie. Should we get on with some entertainment? Yeah. Okay. I'd like to invite onto stage the Manchester Arabic School Charlton, their head, Munira Lusa as well. Can you please make your way to the stage? Okay. I forgot to mention they're also invisible. Are they here? No? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. That's fine. Okay. The next person I'm going to invite onto stage has metalware from Syria and Egypt. That's Islamic metalware. That's not a euphemism. I'd like to introduce onto the stage Khalik. He's one of the speakers at the festival as well, and he's got an amazing offering of metalware. So please give him a round of applause. You can't sing as well, can you?
No. Assalamu alaikum. Nice to meet everybody, and thank you for coming. I was thrown on there a bit earlier than I thought. I'll just take on that thing about the names. I was in a school in Colne, Lancashire in the 1970s. And my teachers, 3 of them were actually, one of them was born in India, Mr. Emmett, in British India, and the other 2 had fought in British India. So they could pronounce my name perfectly. So I never had that kind of issue in the 70s. And I think the 70s was a different time, because at that time it was more about maybe culture or colour. Religion was, I remember a teacher of mine, Mr. Lindsay, God bless him, brilliant guy, West Street School in Corn. He made me do the prayers in front of the whole school, which was a fantastic thing. I was shaking and nervous, and I didn't even know my prayers, but I did it anyway. I just did that was a superb thing, and you know, that's the kind of culture I've been brought up in Britain. My dad came in the 50s. I came here in 1970. I was 1 year of age. And when the events of the arena happened here in Manchester, I think there was a lot of hand-wringing amongst all people. And this thing with Qaisra was a kind of a surprise and chance thing. Manchester Museum had been working with me on a collaboration on the Islamic metalwork that my family and I have been collecting for a long time. And it was just by chance when Qaisra said, look, Khalik, I did this after the arena. And I was like, I couldn't believe it, because I'd been to the arena, you know, I don't know whether I should be embarrassed or not, a few weeks before to watch Depeche Mode with my daughter. You know, shows my age. But, you know, I think that really affected everybody, because you hear about these horrific events all over, and the whole lurch to the kind of right in the sense of all kind of cultures and religions and politics of the whole world. I don't know what's going on, really. Being brought up in the 70s with all the kind of... we used to have a guitar singing hippie type of a teacher at the front of the, you know, class would sing a song. And then, you know, that was the kind of era I was brought up. And now we're kind of seeing what's going on globally. And Islamophobia is just one of those things, and, you know, and the other forms of extremism that are existing. Just to get to the thing I'm going to be discussing, on Thursday at the Manchester Museum, I own a collection which is part owned in the United States, and there's a collaboration in Canada, and there's work going on in Egypt. It's the largest collection of 18th and 19th century Islamic metalwork in the world. Academicians have kind of ignored this arena of, you know, art. You know, it's a bit of an academic thing, but art history kind of ignored it. If you look at art history, if you study Islamic art history, somewhere around the 1700s, Muslims just stopped doing anything, and they became, decultured. And we get hit by the, I think Margaret Graves, she's a great author. She wrote, we get hit by the medieval stick of Islam. That everything in the medieval times, whether it was science or this or that, was medieval, and then suddenly around the 1600s, when the Ottoman invasion of Egypt and the Ottoman decline started happening, the whole of Islamic art declined as well, and the cultures declined. This collection is important because this is challenging that. In the last 10, 15 years, there's been a change worldwide, realizing that the 18th, 19th century actually acted as a bridge between now and the, say, 1,000 years ago, you know, when Islamic arts and especially the metalwork was in its preeminence. So I will discuss this collection, as I said, further in the museum. I think at Stockport I've got a small kind of exhibition. I have some pieces here at the Islamic Centre as well, at the room for the wisdom room. You can have a look at those. Those are kind of like some of the more smaller pieces. But the more significant pieces, which are, as I said, there's collaborations worldwide on those, and the study of them is a deep study. I'll be discussing on the 16th at Manchester Museum. So if you want to join me on that, I don't know whether there's any tickets left or not, I'm not sure. I don't know whether I'm meant to invite anybody, but you're more than welcome. Thank you very much.
As he mentioned, he'll be speaking at the museum event as well, so if you want to check that out, please make sure you attend. Next up, I'd like to invite some students from Whalley Range Girls' School, and they're going to talk a little bit about famous Muslim scientists. So please give them a round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So, did you know that the fame and scientific dominance of Avicenna in the Western lands was so significant that he was considered to be the emir of the physicians, or in English, the ruler of the physicians. And actually, his book of Canon was considered to be the most important book on the subject of medicine, and it has been used in universities for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Did you know that a significant number of stars in the sky in astronomical terms are still called by their Arabic names, and around 10,000 manuscripts of Islamic literature of astronomy remain today throughout the world?
Did you know the numerals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 used worldwide are called Arabic numerals? Did you know the word algebra is derived from the title Al-Khawarizmi, Algoritami book, Kitab al-Jabr, the book of completion, and his name gave rise to the word algorithm? Want to know more?
Come and join us tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the Heritage Centre.
To learn more about the influence of Muslim scholars on science throughout the Middle Ages. Thank you.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Educational. That's what we're all about, aren't we? Entertainment and education. I've learned something new. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've all seen on the news, probably not enough, about the atrocities that are taking place in China with the Uyghurs, Muslims, minority in China. Of course, Muslims and non-Muslims alike are trying to spread awareness about the ongoing situation in China. But actually here at the moment, today, in this building, we have a member of that minority community in China who actually lives in Rochdale. Just to tell you a little bit more about who the Uyghurs are, it's a short presentation. Please welcome on the stage Arkin Hamidin.
Assalamu alaikum, dear distinguished guests, sisters, brothers, and dear friends. All welcome. My name is Erkin, and I'm just a member of a young Uyghur community in Manchester. I'm just trying to get my thoughts. When I was asked to give a little talk about the Uyghurs, I thought it was wrong for two reasons. One is I'm just another IT guy around the corner, and I'm not used to giving any public speeches. And second, I thought it doesn't do any justice at all to talk about and giving you some more information about beautiful Uyghur people and culture in just a few minutes. But I'm trying to give you a little cultural perspective about the Uyghurs. Just as ice break, and I would like to know if you have heard about Uyghurs at all. Could you please put hands up? Fantastic, that is a really good number of people. I hope you heard about Uyghurs for the good reason. Apparently the Uyghur, the keyword or the hashtag they called was one of the most trending hashtag and word in the social media in 2019 apparently. Without further ado, I would like to I think when I speak to my friends and people about the Uyghurs, and they always they said, we find the pronunciation of Uyghur people very hard. So while you have me up here, let's try to get it right. So try to follow me, everyone. So in Uyghur language, it's pronounced as Oy, Uyghur, Uyghur. Come on, everyone. Say it. Oy, Uyghur. That was terrible. Let's try one more time. If you struggle, just say Uyghur. Oy, Uyghur. Excellent. Next one. Uyghurs are ethnically and culturally a Turkic people. The term is coined by the scholars doing the Turkish studies to differentiate people who are living in Central Asia from the Turkish people living in current Turkey. Uyghurs predominantly live in the areas of Central Asia, which is currently under the People's Republic of China, and official name is Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. It's also traditionally called by Uyghur people as East Turkestan, as well as referred to in the West. That's too fast. Can we go back? Previous one, please. Records show that Uyghur people have over 4,000 years history in the region. The Uyghur region being at the center of Central Asia, which connects the Euro-Asian continent, has always been a place of a melting point of culture and people. And located at the legendary Silk Road, Uyghur people played an important role in exchange of cultures between East and West, and developed their unique culture of their own. And Uyghur people has always been a major part of global Turkish community and major contributor of the global Turkish cultural heritage. The region is vast, is equals to 1/6 of the total territorial land under control of People's Republic of China. And to put in context, it is bigger than 6 times of the UK. It's bordered with the neighboring Central Asian countries, up to 16 countries, and the regions including Afghanistan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, India, and including the regions of Tibet and Kashmir. The region is rich in culture and history, as well as in its resources. The natural resources, natural gas, oil reserves, quite significant, and is dubbed by the oil industry experts as the Kuwait of the 21st century. Natural gas reserves alone takes up 40% of the whole China reserve. The region is closer to the rest of the Central Asia in terms of geography, linguists, religious, and cultural identity than rest of the mainland China. And Xinjiang is not Uyghur language, it's a Chinese language. It means in Chinese, a new land, frontier, or colony. Next one, please. Throughout the history, Uyghurs practiced many religions, and at the turn of the century, at the beginning of 9th century, Uyghur people embraced Islam during the Karakanid, the Karahanla kingdom, and reached one of its golden time in Uyghur civilization history. The Kashgar, you can see the big mosque called Idgah Mosque in Kashgar, that is over 600 years old. And the new capital of the Kashgar quickly became the center of Islamic civilization, center of scholarship, power, and cultures. And it has been the prominent center of commerce over 2,000 years old at the crossroad of legendary Silk Road again. During this golden period, encouraged by the newfound Islamic institutions and the advancement of the city life, city civilization, the music, art, literature flourished, and it has produced hundreds of world-renowned Uyghur scholars. One of the most influential and famous work is the Mahmud Kashgari and his masterpiece Lughat Turk, which is called a Comprehensive Dictionary of Turkic Languages. The traditional music of 12 maqam, 12 maqam, is the Uyghurs' national oral epic. And it was designated as UNESCO Heritage in 2005. Next one, please. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say special thanks to Sister Qaisra for inviting Uyghur people in Manchester to be part of this wonderful cultural festival. And thank you everyone who involved to make this project success. And thanks for everyone coming together. And I very much like to hope that this is not enough. And I encourage you to go out and Google Uyghurs, find out about the beautiful culture, which is under threat greater than ever. And if Macfest has done to bring us together, I would be proud. Because you would think we are far away, but in fact, we are much closer than you think. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, brother. Next up, I'd like to invite onto stage. He's actually a valued member of the Macfest team. He's a volunteer, but he's also a poet, ladies and gentlemen. So please welcome on the stage, Amir Arshad.
Good morning. So this is part 2 of the Macfest poem. The original Macfest poem was last year, so you get to listen to part 2. Have you heard of the Macfest train? Watch out, it's coming this way. Told you we would be back, just like the Manchester rain. Its mission, because it's never too late, spread honey, not hate. They said we couldn't do it, it would never work. Or we just got bigger. Hello, Rochdale, Oldham, Huddersfield, Stockport, and maybe Paris and New York. So nice to have you. Welcome aboard. What a feast we have for you all. Arts, culture, film, music, history, and let's not forget samosas and cake galore. Oh look, who's coming this way? Qaisra Shahraz FRSA, the one who had the vision and carried it out with ultimate precision. Are we ready, Captain? It's time once again. Here comes the Macfest train. Say it with me. It's never too late. Spread honey, not hate.
Fantastic. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so earlier when I introduced the Nasheed group, the invisible one, they are now visible for us, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to invite them onto the stage for their Nasheed for a bit of entertainment, and also their head, who will introduce them, inshallah. Yeah, clap, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you very much, Sister Qaisra. Thank you, Macfest, for having us today. It's a great pleasure and privilege to be on this stage. We are Manchester Arabic School, Chorlton, and these are the children from reception. They'll be singing Nasheed about Hajj. Last year, we performed our school, and Qaisra loved that Nasheed. We're doing it especially for Qaisra. Thank you so much. Hope you'll enjoy. Thank you.
الرحمة أخلصت برب الدعوات وشكرت الله هذه النعمة كم لبيت على عرفات وتلقيت خيوط الرحمة أخلصت لرب الدعوات وشكرت الله هذه النعمة. مكة أصبحت قريبا الليلة بالمزدلفة هذه الليلة ليلة عيد بت أصلي بت ألبي وفؤادي بالحج سعيد.
Let's give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. MashaAllah, well done. They wanted to carry on. MashaAllah. Like a sea of green. Thank you very much. It's another member of the Macfest team, another valued member. She'll be telling you all about the events coming over in the Macfest Festival on the weekend. But also, she's a poet and she'll be doing a poem for us. So please put your hands together for Barbara Dresner, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello and welcome to the second Macfest. My name is Barbara Dresner. I had the good fortune to become a Macfest volunteer in the summer of 2018 when Qaisra told me about the event she was planning in response to the dreadful bombing at the Manchester Arena the year before. My father was a Jewish child refugee from Germany in June 1939, and my mother was a German Catholic whom he met in Germany after the war. They married despite their different backgrounds, so this has always inspired me to be part of a mixed community. So, I'm now going to give you some important information about getting around this wonderful site, what is available to you, and we have one or two requests of you. So, the Macfest events this weekend are taking place in the marquee here and also in the main hall opposite, inside the centre. And there is a workshop room there if you're going to workshops. Exhibitions can be seen here and in the exhibition room in the main building. You'll see signs to guide you and Macfest volunteers who wear name tags with purple lanyards will be glad to point you in the right direction. The timetable is in the festival brochure here, and there are plenty at the back if you haven't got one. Now, one of the most important things is food. So there is very reasonably priced food being served all day here in the marquee, including hot drinks at the back over there. And there are also snacks, including samosas, cakes, and water being served here. Following that comes the toilets. So here in the marquee, the ladies are to the left and the gents to the right. There are also toilets in the main centre as well. Our volunteers will direct you to anywhere you need to find. If you need any help or assistance, there is a help desk by the door as you come in, and if you have any medical or if you don't feel well, we have a first aid desk there as well. We'd like you to check out our bookstall over to the right, where the work of some of our speakers is available. And next to it is a merchandise table where there are items for sale, including candles created by one of our Macfest team members, our Macfest mugs and t-shirts, and sweets, all of which make lovely presents. You will also see over on the right there, already busy, I can see, our cultural hub tables that represent Morocco, Iraq, East Turkestan, Nigeria, Egypt, and Indonesia. There is a children's space over there by the balloon arch that you'll see on the back there, where they can do activities like drawing if they wish. And of course, you can have your photo taken there too. We also have a photo frame that people can have their photos taken inside. Now, for those of you new to this site, the British Muslim Heritage serves as a mosque. So if you wish to pray, then there are prayer facilities for men and women inside the main building, and the security people at the door will indicate you where to go. Over in the main building. And lastly, we have feedback and social media requests of you. We'd be very, very pleased if you'd give us your comments and feedback. There's a variety of ways to do this. You can use our selfie frame with the Spread Honey Not Hate banner, the balloon arch as I've mentioned. There's a little tree where you can hang comments as well. You can promote us on social media and live stream us. Add your thoughts and leave comments about Macfest on the tree, and there is a thank you book as well. We'll welcome any comments you have to make. We have a Macfest banner with our slogan going around all day, spread honey, not hate. So please take your photo with it and post online. As you know, this festival is about spreading sweetness and tackling hatred and Islamophobia. So please post on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. All social media information is in the brochure. Please let your families know, and your friends, and your schools. After the cake cutting ceremony, at the end of this session, and the official group photos, the cake will be stored here till tomorrow evening, when we will serve it at 6:30 after Tez Ilyas's show. So please book in if you haven't, and have your photos taken then. So now there is a sincere request that during the events on this stage, there should be no talking. I see you're all paying attention to that. If you're not sitting down as an audience member, we would ask that you don't talk as well. We would like to keep noise to a minimum so that our guests can enjoy the festival, particularly in this very big room. Finally, security. We suggest that you take care of your personal belongings, as you may be moving between several places during your time here, and there are many distractions. So if you have lost anything, which we hope you don't, please go to our help desk and let them know. Thank you very much, and it's lovely to see you all here again.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we're coming to the end of the opening ceremony. We're just going to ask you to take a look at the screens. A Nasheed group has a music video out. I'll play the video first, and once it's played, I'll explain where you can see them. They are part of the festival, and we do encourage you guys to buy tickets. Just take a look at the screens. Just to let you know the name of the group. They're called Dose Ensemble. They have a music video which we can't play at the moment. But as I say, on the 18th of January at the Lowry, they'll be performing. So we encourage you to buy tickets. Of course, we can't give you a sample of their work at the moment. All I can say is they're probably very good. So please buy your tickets for that. What I'd like to do now instead is invite Jamila on stage. And we'll get on with the cake cutting, and then we'll let you guys get on with your day and have a look at the fantastic little stalls we have around the main hall. So please give a round of applause to Jamila.
Okay, so if you hear your name, could you please come up to the stage and stand behind the cake? So the first group, Sir Warren Smith, Abdullah Afzal, Qaisra Shahraz Councillor Lutfa, Councillor Rabnawaz, Jonathan Davidson, and Professor Salim Al-Hassani. The next group, Lord Mayor of Manchester and Greater Manchester Mayors, Trafford, Oldham, Blackburn, and any MPs.